Coming up in this episode, continue scrutiny over Wakefield's pitch. Thompson receives good news after serious injury concern. And reports and feedback from the NRL's opening game of the season, with the Eels facing the Storm. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel L Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to continue seeing more. And if you are so inclined, please remember we're running a Buy Me a Coffee promotion, shall we say that, so that we can grow the channel, get some support out there for rugby league causes. Anything that you guys can donate will be fantastic. Anyway, let's begin with our show. And we'll start today's episode with Wakefield Trinity, as we have heard rival coach Steve McNamara criticise the pitch due to the damage it sustained on the players after their Super League clash at Bellevue. Wakefield are going through a total redevelopment of two sides of the stadium, as well as a completely new reconstructed pitch where it is semi-artificial, and also which compensates for lost wear over a long period of time. In some aspects, over a decade the pitch can last with the artificial input that goes into it. But now Trinity's Super League clash against Huddersfield Giants this Friday is in doubt due to the concerns related to that new hybrid pitch. A report from iNews claims that the West Yorkshire club could be facing a make-or-break pitch inspection after complaints following their opening match on that new surface. The pitch inspection was understood to have taken place on Wednesday, just 2 days before Wakefield are due to host their local rivals. If the pitch inspection fails, it's unclear at this stage if alternate plans have been made to allow the fixture to go ahead. Huddersfield will be keen to get the game played, given they are already one fixture behind the rest of the competition due to St Helens' involvement in the World Cup Challenge. However, Rugby League Live are reporting that reversing the fixture, which would see Huddersfield play at home, is not an option being considered. It's thought a change of venue or postponement are the most likely options, unless the pitch is passed, at which point the game will take place as planned. It should be noted, Wakefield hosted pre-season games on the surface as well, and had reports of no issues whatsoever. But it comes after the Dragons coach Steve McNamara raised concerns following the victory over winless Wakefield during the opening round of the season. Over the weekend, he confirmed 7 of his players have taken antibiotics due to infections picked up from the playing on the pitch. That was a pretty tough game on the pitch where the boys have got no skin left on their legs. They are red raw, he said. It's an issue. Big issue, I think, for Wakefield moving forward for their players. I haven't seen anything like that before in the terms of blisters and the blood in the dressing room from that field. If that is the outcome, then I'm definitely not a fan of the pitch. It's going to create issues, I'm sure. We don't have to play on it again, but Wakefield are going to have to play on it each and every week. Some reports are saying that the pitch is 95% grass with only 5% artificial, but over the time with the pitch, shall we say, softening, or even, it can go one or two ways, softening or hardening. The loss of grass during that period can make it maybe 70-30, which is what most football, as in soccer, pitches are in the professional ranks when using half an artificial and sort of natural fibre. But Wakefield have got the pass, shall we say, with the pitch, as an inspection brought out a statement from Wakefield. From the club's website, it said the Betfred Super League fixture between Wakefield Trinity and Huddersfield Giants will go ahead as scheduled The playing surface at the B Wells Support Stadium was inspected today, Wednesday, and the clubs have agreed that the match should go ahead. Monitoring of the service will continue over the coming weeks. While this is a positive for Wakefield, there is going to be scrutiny over the pitch, and if there's any more instances of what happened against Catalan, they could fall afoul of spending hundreds of thousands a game on a refurbished pitch. You don't want us to do that in this era of salary caps, and also with IMG, we're looking over the shoulder. To say things move fast in rugby league is stating the obvious, basically, as yesterday it was mentioned that England star and former St Helens man Luke Thompson had been dealt a huge blow going into the new NRL season with the Canterbury-Bankstown Bulldogs. Thompson, who has been a hit since leaving the Super League, having won the Harry Sunderland Award in the 2019 Grand Final, was told that he may not be able to play a single minute of action in 2023 after Bulldog's chief executive revealed he is set to sit out at least 6 months, and it could be more depending on surgery. The Bulldog Supremo Gold said, "Unfortunately, Luke Thompson's injury is quite serious. Prognosis is minimum 6 months recovery, probably longer depending on surgery type. Very sad for Luke and the club. Thunderbolts happened." This all came when pictures emerged that Canterbury's staff and Willie Mason were on hand helping Luke Thompson off the pitch as he was injured during a practice session. Gold then took to social media again after an encouraging update. Doctor report: Luke Thompson suffered rupture of the lisfranc ligaments and a couple of small midfoot fractures in the lateral cuneiform and cuboid. He will require surgical review. Hopefully tight ropes will be adequate. Surgeon today investigated Luke Thompson's x-ray and injury. He would like to MRI the injury in 2 weeks' time when swelling subsides, hoping fracture is not as bad as x-rays depicts. That's the word we're looking for. Need to x-ray whilst weight bearing. Best case 12 to 14 weeks, but it will take it. Fingers crossed. So his layoff may be much shorter than initially thought. So that's a positive, but there's still trepidation in this, as if not, it could also damage his career at Canterbury, with the Bulldogs always trying to balance the cap, which nearly led to a move to West Tigers for the former Saints man, or to Melbourne Storm, or back to Super League in the past, as the three destinations were touted during his last couple of seasons. Speaking at last year's Rugby League World Cup, Thompson stated that he was very happy to be back playing in England and alongside some of his former teammates like Tommy Makinson. He revealed as much after the game when talking to Sirius about Rugby League. "It was awesome, especially linking up with some of my old St Helens teammates like Tommy Mack. I miss playing with them, some good lads, and they're all great players." So missing players in England and alongside those St Helens stars, some speculated we see him return to the Super League anytime soon. He's constantly being linked with moves back to the Super League with Wigan Warriors, Leeds Rhinos and Warrington Wolves, and also his former club St Helens all being linked with a move for the NRL forward. However, Thompson has stated he did have unfinished business in Australia, but wouldn't rule out a return to Super League one day, stating he doesn't know. The injury will likely reaffirm his belief that he does have unfinished business to attend to in Australia. But for now, the duty of care is to Luke Thompson to see if he can get back on the field this season. If not, disappointing for the England forward, and hopefully he can come back stronger from this. He'll be a tough player to replace no matter where he goes. And finally, we have the results as scorers and a little bit of a snapshot from the NRL as the first game of the season kicked off on Thursday night, Thursday morning, depending on where you are in the world. And that was between the Parramatta Eels and Melbourne Storm. And it came with all the bells and whistles, as you would have thought a NRL game would, due to the fact that this was a team that, the home team, was a team that got to the grand final last year, despite losing heavily, and Melbourne Storm are looking to for a resurgence. So, a well thought out fixture list that's come out from the NRL this time. Anyway, let's have a look at what happened. It was a close match as I predicted, but the scoreline I got wrong as the Melbourne Storm beat the Parramatta Eels 12 points to 16 in golden point extra time. It was a tough old match with bloods pouring here, there and everywhere, but what you need to know is the tries were scored for a 6-0 halftime lead by Will Penasini in the 29th minute. Before that though, we saw Storm back rower Elias Katoa put on report in the 4th minute for a late contact on Mitchell Moses. Bench forward Alec McDonald was placed on report in the 27th minute after making late contact on Moses again after he was making a clearing kick. Jermaine Hopgood was huge for the Eels in his first game for the club with 21 runs for 172 metres. And 58 tackles as well. Storm had Nick Meaney at fullback, and he was dangerous at all night with 18 runs for 217 metres, as well as 3 tackle breaks. The Storm have not lost a round 1 game since 2001 against the Bulldogs, with props Junior Paulo and Regan Campbell-Gillard leading from the front for the Eels with 119 metres run each. 191 metres run each. Josh Hodgson, Matt Dorey, Jermaine Hopgood and Jira Mamosia, Jack Murchie and Isaac Lume all made their Eels debuts. There was an NRL debut for Bronson Garrick, the son of Sean Garrick, who played 160 games for the Rabbitohs and Roosters across a 10-year career. But Bronson Garrick did not wilt under the pressure for the Storm. Eels bench forward Jira Momosia was placed on report for a dangerous tackle in the 66th minute, with young Storm centre Tuna Maipia and Eels winger Isaac Lume both left the field for HIAs in the 7th minute. Both were cleared to return. Eels centre Will Penasini was also sent for a HIA on the 70th minute. But all thanks to Nick Meaney in the 46th minute and young Tuna Maipia on the 62nd minute, the Storm got back into the game. In between those, Junior Paulo crashed over on the 58th minute after Cameron Munster jumped out from his defensive line. And there were goals aplenty as Mitchell Moses kicked 2 from 2, and Nick Meaney 1 from 2 and a penalty, while Nick Meaney kicked his 2 goals. There was 1 attempt from the Eels and 2 attempts from the Storm to win the game with drop goals, but they weren't enough. And Storm came out 16 points to 12 victors. So what's next for the two sides? Well, first of all, the Eels are on the home turf in round 2 yet again, as when they host the Sharks, with Nathan Brown expected to be back from a hamstring injury for the clash. The Storm will host the Bulldogs on Saturday night at AAMI Park. In the only meeting between the two sides last year, the Storm outclassed the Bulldogs 44 points to 0. Tarek Sims and Tom Eisenhuth are look set to both be available for that game. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking on that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way in the near future. Tell me what your thoughts are on today's episode in the comment section below, and also your comments on the NRL game to start off the season. It was a good clash, closer than I thought. I said 28 points to 16 in favour of the Storm, but a golden point extra time winning try from Harry Smith settled it for these two sides. What about Wakefield? Their pitch causing a few issues, and people are complaining and not happy about it. Everyone has to play on the pitch sometime. And Luke Thompson, better than we thought. Hopefully he can get back on the field before the end of the season and prove his worth to the Bulldogs, as it could be a move on or a retention sort of deal if he plays well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. I'll end the episode as you always do by wishing you all the very best, so please stay safe and I'll see you in the next episode.